Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Somebody saw this on Facebook and wanted to know how anybody could figure out how to do this, but I'm a woodworker, been doing woodwork for over 50 years, and I can see things, and they either cut the letters out individually and then cut these, or they could have cut the letters and the holes at the same time. The wood doesn't look like the same. This is like a cherry. This doesn't look like cherry. Of course, you can't really tell since it's painted. Really pretty cool kid's gift where they could pull the letters out and then put their letters back in their name. I've made things just like this. I'm going to use this font, Cooper Black. You don't want anything with sharp. This is a great font. They used a great font. On this one, you'd want to spread out the letters a little bit. So take your shape tool and you get these handles and space out your letters a little bit. And then you're just going to pick out where you're going to place things. So left click, right click. And I'm going to make it a hairline because it's going to be a cut line. And make sure it is a hairline. Well, let's go ahead and convert them to a curve. And then you see it's a hairline. So this is probably made with 4 pieces of wood. The bottom piece of wood, that's the entire shape. The inner shape, the border is another piece of wood, and then the letters. So this is how I would do it. They did a great job, whoever did this. I like, and when you paint letters, it actually kind of takes up the kerf mark. So you could do your half circles or whatever you want to do first. But what I would do, let's put this out of the way and let's put this in the center of the page. I am going to draw a rectangle and around this block of wood, making sure it's big enough. I'm going to hit P. Then, so this is going to be what your good wood is going to be. This is like a piece of cherry on top. And then you could actually use plywood, 1/8 inch cherry, 1/8 inch plywood that paints. Once plywood is sanded, it paints really good. And it's not only that, it's really strong. 1/8 inch plywood is stronger than regular wood. And then you're gonna, what I would maybe do is take that object and go up to effects and contour, and let's put to the outside, let's put a 3 point, about a 3/8 border around it. Of course, we want to round the border. So you go to object, break the contour apart, and then you have this. And then just with the ratio lock, just start changing it till you get a little bit of a curve to it. You don't want a sharp object. So then what you can do, that's going to be your border. So what I would do first is take the Smart Fill tool, and doesn't matter what color, fill that in. Let's change our nudge factor to something, get it out of the way. Let's see how big this thing is, 4.5 inches. Let's change our nudge factor to 5. And then this is going to be one piece of wood. That's going to be your border that's going to hold this other piece in. And I'm sure that's how they did that. You can see a curved line. Then this other piece is going to be your back piece. So if we make this that's one thing in RGB, there's not too many wood colors. If we make that a wood color, and then we make this one a darker wood color, and you put it on top, that's what the frame is going to look like. And then just for instance, if we take the Smart Fill tool and fill in with let's use this color. When you nudge that down, that's what it's going to look like without the letters, in the holes. So that's where we're going to need, in a second, we're going to need to cut the dashes out of. So let's put that up there. So now you're going to take a piece of wood, doesn't matter how you do it. And I'll show you a little bit, maybe a little bit of time saver or wood saver here. But let's put a little half circle loop. Let's make it about, let's make it 0.5 and see what, that might be, you know what, let's make it 0.75, get the finger in there. Let's make it red so it's a hairline. And let's make 6 of them or 5 of them. So then take it and just figure out where you're going to put the hole. It doesn't matter. You know, we could put it there. You could put them all off. Don't want to do that. You could put them almost all the same place. You know, you could start putting the 2 T's down here. And you know what? To make it interchangeable, because the 2 T's could get really messed up. So let's go to Object and break the curve apart and get rid of this T. Well, let's don't get rid of it. Let's make it black. Because now we're going to take, we've already got the letters to cut out. Because all we have to do is left click, right click, and left click, right click. There's our letter to cut out in just a second. But now we're worried about this brown piece that's going to fit inside. I'm hoping this will make sense. So then if you take the virtual segment delete key and delete that and that, that and that, what we're making is a cavity. And what I said about making these identical, now we can take the Smart Fill tool and fill in this one. And let's put it right here. And let's nudge it out of the way and then delete that one. And then we nudge this back. That way the young child didn't have to have one T a little bit off. So this is going to be the board that you put inside. It's going to be that piece right there. No, that's your back piece. So we don't even have so that's our back piece. We're going to take the Smart Fill tool and I'm just doing this to make it look like that's what it's going to be. So that's going to be your piece that's going to fit in your frame. Now we can cut out the letters. So these are going to be our letters, and because you're going to paint them, you could actually save a little bit of wood by going to group and break the curve apart and move these letters around and get them on a smaller piece of wood. I mean, look how much you're going to save in wood-wise. You know, like half of it. We can move. You could actually move a lot around because you're just going to cut these out. So you've saved the wood in half, and then after they come off, you'd want to sand them. So you need to save that piece that comes out of there, and you're going to glue it in later to that board. And I would double, take it out of the laser, use double side or use blue tape and sand these off real good. The smoother the sand, the better the paint's going to be. And then put the tape on the front, flip them over, sand the back. And then you're going to paint them with what other colors you're going to want to use. Let's use colors we haven't used. So let's make that one blue, this one green. I'd probably make the T's a different color, even though they're going to be the same. So you're going to paint these, and we'll make that blue. Those letters will fit in these holes and still have a recess. So this backer piece is the piece right here, which is the brown piece that you can see. The cherry wood is our orange wood that actually has the holder. And then the brown is going to be your frame. And then after you paint your letters, they will fit in there. Let's just fit one in there so you kind of see what it's going to look like. And there's your recess of an 1/8 inch little divot for the young child to put his finger in to get it out. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit or gave you some ideas. And thank you for watching.